The topic of today's story is winning the race. Once upon a time, there was an old man and a little boy. And they were talking. And the old man said to the little boy, "What are you good at? What is your special skill?" He's like, "I'm a very fast runner. I run really fast. No one can beat me." The old man says, "Well, what do you want to do?" He goes, "Well, let me prove it. Set up a race and I'll show you." And so the old man says, "Okay." And so he got a whole bunch of boys and they all came to race. And the little boy won. Everybody was clapping and clapping and clapping. And the little boy was like cheering for himself and so happy. The old man talked to him again. "Okay, now what do you want to do?" He said, "I want to do that again. That felt really good. I love the feeling when people are clapping for me and cheering for me." So the old man set up another race with older boys, teenage boys. And guess what? The little boy beat all the teenagers too. And he got cheered for him and cheered for him and cheered for him. The little boy was so happy. "Look at this. Everyone's cheering for me. I beat the kids. I beat the teenagers. I'm the best." And the old man says, "Now what do you want to do?" He goes, "I want to compete against even more people. I want more cheers." And so the old man called an old lady and a blind man. And this time they all got to the beginning of the race. The old lady standing at the line, the blind man standing at the line, and the little boy. And then they say, "Go." And the little boy went straight to the end, very fast. But when he got to the end, he looked back. The old man was still at the beginning. The old lady was still at the beginning. And nobody clapped for him. Nobody cheered. And the little boy came back to the old man and said, "Hey, how come I win the race, but no one cheered for me?" He's like, "If you want to know why, try again. But this time, don't be concerned about finishing yourself. Be concerned about everyone finishing together." And so the little boy thought about it and he went back. This time, he held the hand of the old lady and he held the hand of the blind man. And he took them together very slowly to the finish line. And when he got to the finish line, he heard the loudest clapping for the longest time he had ever heard. And that's when he learned his lesson, is when you're selfish and you only do it for yourself, you get a very limited amount of praise that doesn't last very long. But when you do it for each other, when you have cooperation, when you help and care about others, and you're not worried about winning, but you're worried about helping, that's when you get the most praise, because that's what the world likes the most. The world loves a hero. They don't like a champion. They like a hero. They like someone who helps others. They like someone who cares and sacrifices for others, because that's what makes this difficult world easier to live in, when we have more heroes and less selfish people. So you can decide if you want the praise, if you want the accolades and the rewards, then learn how to help others, because that's the source of the best reward that you can get. Satu.